And now, ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to our number 3 of the Line Talk 99.5, talk995.com. AndrewMcLeanWho.com and the Talk 99.5 app. That's right. Download the app. I'm going to keep pushing that on you because I'm serious. I'm serious about it. Ernest Financial bringing you this part of the show. RetireWithErnest.com. RetireWithErnest.com. Financial planners, they're all over the place, but you really need somebody that can actually take care of you, make sure your money's in the right place, and make sure retirement goes as planned. Maybe even better as planned. That happens in a lot of cases. If you are approaching retirement, I'm saying if in 10, 15 years you plan on retiring or sooner than that, and you've been putting money back, you've been saving money, and you've got over $50K in your retirement, maybe you're even a little younger and you've got a bunch of money that you've put in there and you'd like to go ahead and have that plan laid out so when the time comes, you know what to expect. Get in touch with my buddy David. David Ernest, man. He's been doing this over 45 years. He knows exactly how this system works. He knows all the programs and the loopholes and everything else to make sure you maximize your money, especially in this day and age with the way the stock market's going and the benefits that Trump has put out there to help you make more money. You got to do it, man. You got to get on top of this and do it sooner than later. Do it now. Give him a call today. Give him a call tomorrow. Just let him know I sent you and ask him all the questions you need to ask him. He'll be happy to sit down with you, talk with you over the phone. It doesn't cost you anything. This whole process doesn't cost you anything. They don't get their fees from you. So call him up. Let him know I sent you. 205. I'm sorry. Let's back up. 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-7233. And retirewithernest.com. Retirewithernest.com. Real quick, and I'll move on from the Graham Plattner stuff, but I think this is important. The people that found Graham Plattner and propped him up as the golden child of the main Democrat Party was a socialist couple. I assume they're associated with the DSA, the Democrat Socialist of America. And good Lord, John Bird, look at the beams that are bent on that building. Oh, that's pretty bad.
That thing's going to come down, I think.
Yeah, that bad boy's about to
Oh,
fall.
my gosh.
That's nuts. Y'all better get up out the area. Anyway, the couple that found Graham Plattner and allegedly vetted him knew a lot of stuff about him, but still, much like many of the others, there is nothing for these people. You got to understand, conservatives are expected to denounce a candidate or a politician if some scandal breaks. Like, there's no question about it, no argument, no rationalizing. There's nothing. You are expected to denounce this individual, full stop. But when it comes to Democrats, they will let them get away with murder until it gets to a point such as this one where it was a liberal female that was on the receiving end of Graham Plattner's behavior. But listen to the Democrat socialist couple that found and vetted Graham Plattner.
How did you find Graham Plattner?
Well, we went through thousands and thousands of prospects. Then, Leanne pulled up this video of this guy with an oyster farm.
My name is Graham Plattner, and I live in Sullivan, Maine, the owner of Frenchman Bay Oyster Company.
And then she pulled up his FEC history and saw, the money he'd given to Bernie Sanders and, some other people. And that was enough information to know that we had the best prospect that we'd maybe ever seen.
How did you go about vetting him? And why did you?
We paid a nice firm a whole chunk of money, and got some stuff back.
Did the vetting process turn up the tattoo that became so controversial?
No.
The Reddit posts, did that turn up in the vetting process?
The firm sent us a thing, and it had some of the posts,
Yeah.
but it didn't have all of them.
How did you think your way through the fact that he had posted these things on social media?
I said none of this will or should stop him from becoming a U.S. Senator.
I mean, he's just a rapist and a little Nazi tattoo never hurt anyone. He's just
Those are two creepy people
he's just
looking at this.
He's a little weird, like me, and sometimes I like to beat off in a porta potty too.
I don't understand why in the world they agreed to go on that show.
What a bunch of weirdos. But shouldn't be surprised seeing that weirdos picked a weirdo. The Democrats that are now going to come out, and they're coming out one after another, because again, you got to remember, Graham Plattner has to drop out of the race within like the next 5 days or so. Otherwise, they're stuck with him. And I hope to God that he has to stick it out. I hope the Democrats are stuck with this dude. I hope he doubles down. Because you heard his statement on this latest accusation. He says it's false. He says it's just political smears. Political smears from a Democrat who said the Democrat that said that she likes your issues and that is so ideologically dug in that even her friends are still voting for you after you raped their friend. It's not how political hit jobs work, buddy. But if he is going to actually say and stick to that this is false, this is a false accusation, then there's no reason for him to drop out. Stick it out, buddy. Prove to us that it's false. You also think about like what is his wife going through? What does his wife think? And I think I gotta imagine his wife's a pretty weird individual. She falls into the category of the most obnoxious group of people on the planet, which is white liberal women.
Yeah.
But does she hear that story and say, yeah, that sounds like my Graham. That sounds like my husband. Because if he was doing it back then, you know he does it to her. And that kind of stuff can take place in a marriage where a spouse is making unwanted advances and being told no, but continues to, assault their significant other. She probably knows. She probably heard that and was like, oh yeah, this is a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Y'all remember Charles Ramsey? I knew something was wrong when a pretty little white girl ran to a black man's arms. Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. That was the Nazi tattoo. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. But they overlooked it. No big deal. It's a little Nazi tattoo. And for a group of people that are really high on calling people they don't like Nazis, to have somebody with a literal Nazi tattoo is quite a bold move. But maybe that's just me. 205-545-9950. Since we got this building situation going on in New York, let's talk about New York and what's going on with the Muslim takeover in the Big Apple. Coming up next. Looking at a live shot in Ankara, Turkey, of Trump arriving for the NATO dinner. He's there with the Turkish leader. What's his name? Erdogan. Erdogan, I believe, is his name. Did I get that right? Man, look how nice that is. Those big wooden doors. Got the military out there for him. I don't like all those guns around the president, though. Makes me a little nervous. You know, because what if one of these guys just goes off his rocker and takes off and starts? I don't even want to think about it. Anyway. Let's see. Andrew, go down to grok.com and type in the instructions, print this article, and then copy in the link and the paywalled article. Oh, really? Does that work? I'm interested in that. You think that'll work, John Bird? I mean,
I don't
AI
know.
can pretty much do anything,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, give it a shot, and if they arrest you, I don't know.
The AL.com's going to arrest me.
Well, I mean, Elon might.
Print this article. Elon's not going to arrest me. He don't want me paying AL.com, liberal brag. All right, I did it. Just thinking about your request. Come on, Grok. Holy crap, it did it.
Wow.
No more paywalls for me, buddy. All right, so you want to hear it? Let's go. I was going to talk about Mamdani, but let's do this real quick. So the headline from AL.com, slime, grime, mold shut down Jefferson County's worst June 2026 health inspection scores. It says multiple restaurants were dinged for pest and grime. List of the county's worst health inspection scores for June. The businesses are listed highest to lowest. Restaurants that fall below an 85 are required to a reinspection within 60 days. Establishments that score a 60 or lower are required to immediately cease operations and shut down until an inspection indicates that the substantial health risks are mitigated.
No, you need to shut them down permanently.
I think shutting down at 75 is probably. Yeah, because if they let it get to that point, like they're obviously gonna do that again. But I don't know. I'm not in the restaurant business. I think if you get below 70 at the worst. All right, let's start off. We got exotic wings and things. You see those all over the hood, right? This one's on Centerpoint Parkway. Okay, they scored an 84. But got a 91 upon reinspection. Cooked burgers and chicken wings were stored overnight without proper date of preparation or discard date mark. The equipment and floors throughout the kitchen were soiled with grease, food residue, dust, and debris. There was an accumulation of fruit, flies in dry storage areas.
Dang.
The Certified Food Safety Manager certificate was not registered with the Jeffco Department of Health. Then there's the Crab Barrack on Parkway East.
Wait, the crab barrack?
Yeah.
Oh, like barracks. Like you
Yeah.
So you get crabs when you sleep in the barracks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
got it.
They got an 84. Multiple foods were out of temperature. Sausage, crab, and shrimp measured between 51 and 56 degrees when it should have been 41 or below.
Oh, man.
The interior of the ice bin and the container holding the ice scoop at the bar was soiled with black residue. Shelving in the cooler and throughout dry storage areas were also soiled with residue. There was an accumulation of fruit flies throughout the kitchen. Bessemer Airport Bar and Grill. There was a pink grime and debris inside the ice machine. There was also grime and debris on the exterior of the equipment. Cut lettuce, cut tomatoes, shredded cheese, sliced cheese, bacon, and sour cream measured at temperatures between 46 and 48 when it should have been 41. There was not a designated person with a food manager certification available. Los Titos Restaurante Latino
Oh,
on Parkway
boy.
East. Boy, Parkway East is really eat up with bad restaurants. Dumpster pad was soiled with standing water, allowing fruit flies and larvae
Oh.
to accumulate in the refuse area. Raw eggs, raw chicken, mozzarella cheese, pico de gallo, whole milk, shredded cooked chicken, steak, raw fish, cooked salad, cooked white rice, cut cabbage, pork, cheese, all measured between 45 and 52 when it should have been 41 or below. The hand washing sink reached a maximum temperature of 82 degrees when it should have reached 100. The Jade Garden Chinese restaurant in Bessemer got an 83. I'll go through these quick. La Brisa Mexican Cuisine on John Hawkins Parkway in Hoover got an 83. Applebee's on Academy Lane in Bessemer got an 82.
Uh-oh.
River Chase BP, well, that's a gas station food. They got an 82. Dairy Queen on Hueytown Road got an 82. Huddle House in Pinson. Oh, God, I just recently ate there. When was that? It was like 4 weeks ago.
They probably fixed it.
They got an 81. No, this would have been about the time I went.
Oh.
Dishwashing machine did not have the chemical sanitizing solution to properly clean dishes. Well, I got mine to go. If that helps. Cut tomatoes, shredded cheese, ham, American cheese slices, raw steak, raw chicken, raw sausage patties, hash browns, and cheese mixtures measured between 47 and 51 degrees. Coolers, oven, and preparation tables needed to be cleaned. The Rogaroo Mountain Brook on Culver Road, they got an 80.
Mountain Brook?
Yeah. The neighborhood at Vestavia Hills on Columbiana Road got a 78. Molded bell peppers and discolored shredded lettuce.
Oh,
Gnats throughout the facility. Baked potato and baked chicken measure between 120 and 133 when they should have been 135 or higher. Hometown Fair, Market Street, Hoover, 76. Another Broken Egg Cafe got a 75 in Mountain Brook.
man, and you just don't expect that from Mountain Brook.
Costa's Mediterranean Cafe in Trustville.
Uh-oh.
That's in front of Walmart.
Yeah, I love that place.
They got a 66, bro. Cooked ground beef did not have a preparation date marked on it. Several plates were being stored on a dish shelf with food debris. Cut lettuce, ranch, cut cucumbers measured between 45 and 47, should have been 41. A chemical spray bottle was found unlabeled. The floors, walls, ceilings, and equipment throughout the establishment had debris accumulation. Seems like there's probably even more to that to get a 66. Hotspot on Denison Avenue in Birmingham got a 53. A 53.
That's a shutdown, right? Please tell me.
Well, at the time, yeah, but they re-inspected it and got a 97.
For now.
Employees were cooking chicken partially and then letting it hang above the fryer until it was ordered. Raw chicken was being stored above raw fish. Slushy nozzle had black mold inside of it. 2 gallons of buttermilk were expired by more than a month. Bro. During the second inspection, a case of milk cartons dated August 20th, 2025 were found molded in the cooler. Clean dishes were stored in the sinks used for poultry and produce washing. The floors were soiled with cardboard, debris, and standing water. Walls were also stored with debris and residue. Packaged food was not labeled properly. Cake boxes were being stored on the floor. There was no employee with a food safety manager certification present. The owner also stated that he did not have an employee health policy for this location. They were re-inspected on June 2nd and scored a 64. Then re-inspected again the next day and scored a 76.
You got to shut them down.
Then re-inspected on June 5th and got a 97. Yeah, I would say like shut her down.
I mean, it took 4 times for him to get back. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's not that's it makes you queasy to think that any of these restaurants that you go to could have that going on because you don't know what's going on back there.
No.
You're just ordering and hoping for the best. 205-545-9950. Bottom of the hour. More of the line coming up.